different time zones. Jim and Sherry Ware. I talked about at the beginning the three things that cause a company to fail, and one of them is lack of funding. Jim and Sherry Ware have millions, multi-millions of their own cash invested in Lifemax. These guys aren't going anywhere. And now people say to me all the time, well, why network marketing then? Why not brick and mortar retail? Why not direct sales? Because network marketing, by far, is the fastest, most effective way to move product around the world.
You know, Jim and Sherry actually didn't have any experience in network marketing like many of us who are distributors, and I just want to throw out there too, you know, Chris jokes about the fact that who wakes up in the morning saying, I want to join a network marketing company? Nobody. I just want you guys to know that really when you can let down your resistance, which we all have in the beginning, and I'm still trying to figure out why, what that resistance is about, this is the coolest thing I have ever done. So they didn't do network marketing before this either, and because they had no experience, they hired a very professional corporate team to help us out. Paul Rogers is our CEO. We're very lucky to have him because he's been very successful with several other companies internationally, and that's really what we need because that's where we're headed. Our main office is in Orlando, Florida. We also have offices in the Philippines, Singapore, and Canada, and we're a debt-free company in under a year's time, so that's really impressive. Think about any other startup company you know as far as being debt-free within a year's time. That's a really tough task. Also, we have a revolutionary hybrid compensation plan that allows us to earn immediate income, and that's how I was able to quit my full-time job in 3 months' time. But also, what's really exciting, what I'm really excited about is, you know, 2 to 5 years down the road, that passive income that's going to pay us out after all the hard work we put in now, we will be able to take our finger off the pulse and have checks rolling in without us having to do a lot of hard work. And that is what the core of this is all about. We're also members of the DSA, the Direct Selling Association, which is an international governing body of network marketing, and that too can take anywhere between 2 to 5 years to get that membership. Again, we got that in a year's time. Our company has a very solid feel, more of about a 5-year company rather than 2 years.
I want to give you a taste for how huge this market is. In 2009, the network marketing industry grew by about $45 billion in 1 year. So now, being a 72, 73-year-old industry, think of what I just said. It took about 71 or 2 years to get to 120 billion. It took 1 year to grow to 165 billion, and this probably is outdated now. And so now it's not, in my mind, it's not any longer for me, is the industry where everybody should be. Warren Buffett writes about it, Richard Branson writes about it. It's where everybody should be for such a low-cost investment with an enormous upside. So where do you go in the industry? You have hundreds of companies that have supplements, powders, pills, potions, I call it, lotions, hundreds. And there's nothing wrong with them. Remember, I'm a huge advocate of the industry. But here's the deal. I could not get my arms wrapped around another pill, potion, lotion, juice. And there's nothing wrong with those. It's just that they're not different. Here we have Mila. The industry calls it a category creator. It means you're first. There is nobody else. Here's the other thing about the industry. Right now, in a laboratory, someone's concocting a better pill, powder, potion. They are. They can be concocted in a laboratory. Can't do that with Mila. So we're not looking over our shoulder. We're not trying to run fast. We're right now a single product focus with Mila, and it's the most powerful thing in the industry. And that's why I said earlier, we are literally recreating the entire network marketing industry. It's such a cool thing to be part of.
So you guys now get a chance to hear from some experts in the health and wellness industry. We've got Michael and Diane Barbeck who will be speaking with you guys.
So first of all, I just want to tell you just a little bit of our background. Michael and I both come from athletic backgrounds. My background is in health and fitness and nutrition. I was a fitness and strength trainer for the Navy SEALs for many years. I wrote a column in the newspaper on health, fitness, and nutrition, and my entire life I've been an athlete. Michael is here in the United States for about 25 years from Denmark, and he also grew up as an athlete, cycling his entire life. He's from a long lineage of Tour de France cyclists. And Michael he came over here as captain of Team Spago Finlandia. He still races Pro 1, which is the same category as Lance Armstrong. We're both 49 years old, and we're both still sponsored athletes. We're also raw food chefs. A lot of you know that about us. We're chef instructors. We're graduates of the Living Light Culinary Institute. And we have a classroom in San Diego where we teach classes on raw food preparation. We travel and speak on raw food nutrition and raw athletic performance. So we're very passionate about seeing that people get the message that we are what we eat. What we put in our bodies really and truly does affect our health. The most comprehensive research ever done in history on nutrition was called the China study. It was put together by T. Colin Campbell, who's a professor emeritus out of Cornell University. And in that book, they concluded, 27 years of research on human beings and nutrition, that our top illnesses in the Western culture, which are heart disease, high blood pressure, arthritis, diabetes, obesity, cancer, and we can continue on down that road, all of them, virtually all, can not only be halted but be reversed by changing how we eat. I think that's very, very powerful. The information is out there, and what we've been given as a gift with Mila is something that all of us really need to understand. So many of you are asking, what is Mila? Well, Mila is, sorry, go ahead. Thank you for doing that for me. Mila is, we work together, we make a team. Mila is the selection of whole raw food, which is a proprietary selection of the oilseed Salvia hispanica L. So you say, okay, that sounds great, but what is it? This is a strain of chia. There are about 112 varieties of chia seed, and none of them are equal in nutritional content. What we have here in Mila is a proprietary blend of the top 4 seeds that are highest in specific areas of nutrition. No one seed, no one strain of the seed is high in all of the same properties. It's also greatly affected by where it's grown. 23.5 degrees north and south of the equator between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Also, the elevation that it's grown at significantly factors in the content of the oil in the seed, and then factors such as when it's harvested. So what makes this food so extraordinary? In particular, it's the highest plant food source of omega-3s on Earth. And omega-3s are essential fatty acids. That means essential means that our bodies can't produce them on their own, so we have to get them from our diet. Essential fatty acids are the highest source of energy in nutrition. About 95% of the population in Western cultures are deficient in omega-3s. When we learned that if we work towards a whole food plant-based diet, we can start to walk out of a lot of the illnesses that we have in the Western culture, we start to understand again the importance of this seed here. Mila is also high in protein. This is a plant food protein. That's key because our bodies require 50% less protein when it comes from a plant food source. It's easier for us to absorb and assimilate in our cells. Every cell in your body regenerates, sometimes within seconds, sometimes within minutes, 90 days. Within 2 years, every single cell in your body will regenerate. So if we give it cause to regenerate in a healthy manner, your cells will do that. So we have to be aware of what we're putting in our bodies. It's high in fiber. There's more fiber than psyllium in Mila. It's high in antioxidants, which, remember, neutralize free radicals, and free radicals are what promote aging. It's high in phytonutrients. Phytonutrients help to fight cancer. Phytonutrients also boost our immune systems. You're kind of getting an idea of what we have here. Vitamins and minerals. What happens with Mila is that we have a synergy here. We have, it's not just that it's the omega-3s, and it's not that it's high in fiber and that it's high in protein and it's got this vitamins and the minerals. It's the synergy of all of them working together that create this phenomenal food. It's known as the ancient superfood of the Aztec culture, and it was lost for about 500 years as a recognized food because when the Spaniards landed and they heard about this miracle seed that was grown by the Indians, they were somewhat afraid of it. They were a little bit threatened by it. So it was forbidden to be grown, and the stores of it were destroyed. So it somewhat disappeared. It was still grown up in the mountains and grown in certain areas of the world, but basically known as a food, it disappeared from the face of the earth. So what we have here is, as I said, a proprietary blend of the top 4 seeds that are highest in nutritional content. It's known as the runner's food by the Aztec warriors, and that was one of the things that really impressed Michael and I about it. We don't take any vitamins. We don't take any supplements. We take no prescription drugs, and nothing created in a lab goes into our body. So we're pretty rigid about what we put into our mouths. When we found this food and we noticed what happened to our energy levels, we were just simply amazed ourselves. We have since learned part of the reason is that it's high in hydrophilic properties. When mixed with liquid, this will absorb 7 to 10 times its volume in that liquid. That keeps your cells lubricated. It keeps your body hydrated. It keeps your electrolytes balanced. It helps slow down the exchange of the carbohydrates into glucose in your system. So it gives you a long sustained energy as athletes, and that was really important to us. And then it's grown by nature and perfected by Lifemax. And this is where I'm going to let Michael go ahead and pick it up.